How's it going, everybody? It's Michael Labrador here, and
this is future Mrs. Labrador. And together we're the Labradorks!
Welcome to our channel. So this is pretty much our first video to maybe introduce ourselves a little bit. Not in too much detail, we'll save that for another video.
This is our new channel that we've been working on for the past few weeks, and we've been debating whether we should create or do a YouTube channel. Here we are today with a YouTube channel.
So our channel is going to be about adulting. Anything that you can think about growing up, the life of a millennial in the city of Toronto. Anyone the ages... I thought you were laughing at me. I thought you looked down because you were trying not to laugh. I did it again. Okay, let's do it again.
Why are you acting so weird?
Okay.
And you thought I was nervous. Are we just doing a laughing channel?
No. Just get it out of our system. Okay. Okay. So our channel is going to be about everything adulting. So for anyone that's a millennial and living in the city of Toronto, a young professional, everything that you would think about when you're growing up. Being married, buying a home, having children.
Why not our own perspective into certain topics about growing up?
So the reason I wanted to start the channel, relate to people whenever we are on YouTube looking at these videos. There's a lot of things that kind of strike me, thinking about, oh, I thought of that. When we sit down and discuss certain things, we kind of come to a conclusion that's like, oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. And we feel maybe you might think our ideas are also good.
Forgot what I was going to say.
Big reason is we are stuck at home. We have nothing to do. Why not take the opportunity to start now?
Yeah, so one day Michael decided to buy a ring light, but here we are 20 days later and we now have a ring light. So we are now creating a video.
So the topic of this video is going to be pretty important, and it is going to be about planning your wedding through this pandemic. So I know there's a lot of couples out there that are kind of in this predicament right now of, are we going to have a wedding? What's going to happen to our wedding? We are in a state of emergency. We can't have an event over 5 people. We are making this video to share what thoughts we've had, things that we've been thinking about, kind of conclusions that we've made, and small decisions that we've made. Just to let you know, we haven't made every decision as yet. We are still up in the air for a lot of things.
So we decided to talk about our wedding, things that may concern us during this whole COVID-19 pandemic in terms of getting married or not. And are we getting married? Should we get married? How are we getting married? Where we're getting married?
There's a couple questions that I think everyone has in mind.
I'm on a few Facebook platforms, Facebook groups regarding like wedding and COVID-19 issues, and you just get so many different perspectives, and I kind of want to hear what you guys are thinking about, what you guys want to know, and the struggles and concerns that every couple of 2020 is going through, especially through this year where we thought, 2020 vision, hey, what's up? That's it.
The first question that we're going to answer is, are you guys still getting married? Are we still getting married?
I don't know. Do you want to get married?
Yeah,
I think so too.
That'd be a good idea. Yeah, we might not be able to actually have a wedding because of the bylaws that Toronto has put in place. It really depends. So this question is, if it were up to us, yes, we would still be getting married. But if it were up to the city, I don't know if we'll be able to.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people have more than 5 guests that will be invited to their wedding.
You can only have up to 5 people at an event. So that's like me, you,
the officiant,
like 2 witnesses.
Which is a parent and a parent.
Exactly. It's not how every bride or groom imagined how they would plan their wedding. But because of financials and certain commitments and contracts, you really have to consider every different type of scenario moving forward. When are you guys getting married?
So we're getting married September 5th. It's a good day. It's right after our birthday.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Michael and I have the same birthday. So we're both September 4th babies. Shout out to all the Virgos out there. Virgos, woohoo! We didn't plan on getting married the day after our birthday. It just so happened that that was the only Saturday available on September. Our birthday was on the 4th. And, the Saturday available was the 5th. So we're getting married on September 5th. So that answers your question about when are we getting married.
So there's still some time for the planning and for things to turn out. We'll see. We're being a little optimistic.
How are you planning your event around COVID-19? Sucks. Honestly,
Yeah.
it sucks. Nothing is open. We can't really plan anything.
Yeah, it's kind of up in the air. For any couple out there that already has deposits down, it's kind of a good time to start reviewing your contracts, start reviewing your cancellation clauses or rebooking clauses, and understanding what options you have. So that's, I would say, would be one of the first things that we did, coming up with different options, right? Asking yourself, okay, if this were to happen, how would it play out? And, one of our scenarios is if the ban is lifted and you can have events over 5 people, then this is what we're gonna do. It's actually been a struggle with communicating with some of the vendors, actually.
The moment the whole quarantine started, I stopped planning.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to figure out certain scenarios when you have bylaws, health scenarios, so many different types of scenarios that can go on within the next 3 to 4 months. And I think we've decided that, well, I've decided I need at least like 6-7 weeks before our wedding date to get everything prepped. So meaning things have to be opened up at least 7 weeks before our wedding date.
And even with that, you're gonna have to rush all your planning and putting things together.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So that includes like your suits and getting my dress altered and finalizing the guest list and sending out invites, which we haven't.
The other thing that we're planning for is obviously for our U.S. family not coming. It's not really positive, but it's not really negative. But, for anyone that is looking to tighten up their budget, this might be a good opportunity because you might have less people that can come. Secondly, though, you have to think about your guests. Will they be comfortable coming to your event, right? Because even if they do lift it, are people going to be comfortable with this virus still lingering around? Another outcome that we're planning is obviously rebooking or canceling. That is not out of the picture. You if you're a couple or a bride, you have to be kind of real with yourself and accept that there is a chance that will happen.
Yeah.
So you have to think about those situations. I know if you're already in a hole with your event, this is where reading your contracts is a really important thing to do. So you know how much money you'll be able to get back if you were to cancel your event right now, or if you were to postpone it, what are the rebooking fees? We are seeing a lot of issues, I think, with venues, caterers. They are small businesses as well. So I really understand, what they're going through as well. But, there has to be some sort of meeting in the middle.
Everything is in the air. I know we have a few friends that are getting married before our date and they've either canceled or
trying to postpone.
It really just depends on what your contract says. And it sucks because some of these vendors, their clauses are so
ironclad.
There is no room to
budge.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
wow, you're finishing my sentences.
Right? It's good.
Yeah.
But that's how we're planning. It's how we're planning is we're not really planning. We're planning for the plan Bs and doing it as soon as possible so you can at least get some of your deposit back if you have put some deposit down. What are the things you are most concerned about?
So obviously, number one, the health and safety of others. Like, the situation sucks. So even if things start opening up a month before a wedding date, how can you ensure that, the health and safety precautions are there? And do we feel comfortable to continue having this wedding knowing that a virus is lingering over us? I think that's my biggest concern. It's just it's the health and safety for others, and I would feel really guilty if someone got the virus because they decided to go to an event or to celebrate with us.
Yeah, that would not be cool. It's the financial concern as well. You might not be able to get that back, right? So another thing is not all couples are the same and not everyone is in the same industry. If, hopefully not, but if you're in a situation where you did lose your job, I know it makes it even harder. So we feel you. I know the government's trying to do the best they can to help, but, will things be available? Will our vendors be available? Will the law allow it, right? These are, major things.
For example, Michael's suit is not even made yet. All of his boys don't even have suits yet,
We were supposed to do it this month.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that takes a few weeks. And mind you, we've already accepted the fact that our bachelor and bachelorette party is going to be canceled. Our wedding/bridal shower is already canceled. Really just planning for this wedding and omitting the fact that we're missing all of these other events in between, which sucks because it's all the little things that everyone wants leading up to the wedding date, right?
Including the wedding.
Including the wedding. So I know that for all the brides and grooms that are getting married during this year, it is a stressful time and it's very uncertain, but don't worry, you're not alone. down, hang in there, because that's what we keep telling ourselves is just to hang in there. And at the end of the day, I've already accepted the fact that if it's just me, Michael, and maybe a few people available that day, whether it's due to our bylaws, whether it's due to being comfortable or not comfortable attending an event, that we're okay with it. And the most important part is the marriage.
That can still happen, yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's what we're happy about, is that we know at the end of the day that we are still getting married on September 5th. Hopefully,
fingers crossed.
The offices are open, because right now you can't even get a contract or the marriage license. I know certain parts of Ontario are open and it's by appointment only, but they're like in the middle of nowhere, and who really wants to get a contract up in the middle of nowhere?
If we can't have a wedding...
I need to sneeze. Shoot!
I need to sneeze. Okay.
It's like, you know when you look into the sun and you're just like, I look into the sun whenever I need to sneeze.
When I need to sneeze, I do this. So what will you do if you can't have the wedding?
Definitely try to get our money back.
Yeah.
We've already inquired to our vendors. What will happen? The bylaw only allows 5 people, and obviously those 5 people will not include your vendor. It's literally just essential people that need to be there. What will happen to our deposits? And as of the moment, none of our vendors can answer that.
Yeah.
So we are trying to either seek for legal advice. We're doing a lot of research, certain clauses and certain acts and stuff like that that regard the law.
Yeah. We need to know. You have to think about things that you can control. Can't control whether the law will state you can have a wedding. You just have to accept that you may not be able to, right? Because at the end of the day, you might cause yourself more stress.
Yeah.
So ask yourself that question, if you haven't yet, is what will you do if you do cancel your wedding? What are our options? Option 1 is we stand firm and we stay optimistic, and hopefully the things will be lifted and the virus will disappear and we'll be able to have a party September 5th. That is option number 1.
So option number 2 would be scrap the whole wedding. We would still get married, but plan for the reception later down the road, whether it be locally or
destination.
You know, just party it out, which was our initial plan. But my mom wanted to have it here. Shout out to my mom.
We do love to travel. We like to, take the off-beaten path. Is that what it is?
Take the road less travel.
Yeah, that's the way we like to travel. A nation wedding would definitely be suitable.
So the reason why we don't want to postpone is because I really want to make babies. And I feel like if I wait another year, that's waiting another year of trying to make babies. And I think that normal concern brides out there who are, planning their future.
Yeah, this could be a whole video topic. Option number 3 is similar to option number 2. I would say this is kind of like 2B, which is exactly what Ken said. Scrap the wedding. We don't have a party. We leave the whole having a party up in the air, and we use the money that we have for another thing, right? Like, advancing our life in one other way. Now that we have these options, the next thing is really thinking about what's the likelihood of all of the options.
Yeah.
And that really depends on how the law goes and what the premier says, what the mayor says. Stay tuned. We will be updating all you guys on what we do decide to do.
At the end of the day, it is your choice. I think it's, like we can get as many different opinions. We have to feel comfortable with it, and we have to decide whether it's something that we want to continue or not.
If you were in our shoes, what would you guys choose?
Yeah.
Let us know. So yeah, if you have an idea or have a thought on any of those options, comment below or shoot us a message, and it'd be interesting to see and hear.